Hello and welcome to another Scratch mini guide with me. This is number 4 and today I want to look at creating a animation using multiple costumes. So let's jump right into it, and here I am in a new blank Scratch project, and I would like to have a look at Sprite 1 and see what it's got in its costumes department. Now if we have a look, if we click up here into costumes, we can see that it's got 2 costumes, and if I click between them we can see that it changes, okay? Every time I click between them. So let's write some code in order to make it change between them, and then we can start to bring our sprites to life. So in order to do this, what we're going to do is we're going to jump into events, we're going to grab a when green flag clicked, and we're going to grab a forever loop. Now you know, if you've watched any of my previous videos, that forever loops are not very good and should be tried to be avoided, but for the purposes of testing, they're absolutely fine. So we're going to use a forever loop. We're also going to grab, while we're in control, we're going to grab a wait. Okay, that's going to be important because we want to have a little bit of delay between each time we take a costume on and off. Project couldn't save, oh dear, let's try again. Now what I'd like to do is I would like to change the way it looks. So if we go up to the looks tab, we are going to swap our costume here. We're going to swap our costume here. Now if I swap my costume to number 2 and I swap it back to number 1, this will create a very odd effect. Can you see that? Can you see it's like kicking out and coming back in? That's because I've only waited 1 second here, whereas I need to wait another second after I swap this costume. So if we think about it, what we're doing is we're saying swap the costume, wait a second, swap the costume, back to double loop, swap the costume, wait a second. So we only wait a second between swapping between costumes 2 and 1, and not waiting a second between 1 and 2. Because we're in a loop, we always kind of come back up to the top here. So we need to grab another wait, and oh, hello, come back. We are going to pop this whole thing back in the forever loop, and instead of waiting 1 second, maybe something like 0.3 might be more appropriate, 0.3, and now we can see that, look, it looks like he's walking, that's fantastic. And if we were to maybe put in a little kind of very simple, let's say move 1 step, and let's put it in its separate forever loop. So when green flag clicked, we're going to do a forever events when green flag clicked. Okay, and then let's hit that green flag, and look, he's walking, okay? And so you can see that he is moving. Now actually, in order to make that look better, what we could do is we could put on move every time he swaps a costume, we could move a step. So let's do that, and let's grab another one and do it like that. And now we should see him moving. Now 1 step is not loads, so let's do 10. 10. And we have managed to animate our sprite, okay? And it is moving along. Now, I think the order of this maybe isn't the best, so what I would like to do is maybe put the move after I've swapped my costume and between my wait, and I think that might make it just look a little bit more natural, but these are things that you can play around with and experiment with, and there we go. We've got an animation happening where he is actually kind of looking like he's walking, which is much better than just kind of zooming across the screen without really moving. So that's animation, that's mini guide 4. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Sweet!